We welcome you to the NASCAR IRWIN Tools Cup Series 2005 season once again as we are at the Lowe's Motor Speedway here in Concord, North Carolina, as we have 36 cars, a record number of cars this season, lined up on the grid as they are ready to race 10 laps around this mile-and-a-half speedway, and this place is absolutely packed and sold out. Over 200,000 fans ready to watch some good old stock car racing here in the South. We only have 4 more races until a champion is crowned, and Tony Stewart looks to be the odds-on favorite to do so. But we have drivers like Jimmie Johnson, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Jeff Gordon, Matt Kenseth, Kurt Busch, Kevin Harvick, among others, hoping to have a solid outing today and are looking to eat into his points lead and make this a tight battle as we head to Homestead. And now it is time for your Pepsi starting lineup. And just a reminder, Pepsi, the official soda of the NASCAR IRWIN Tools Cup Series. Mark Martin on the pole. Finally, some good luck for him. Jimmie Johnson, he would love to win the Lowe's Motor Speedway. Jeremy Mayfield and Scott Riggs, 2 Evernham cars with some solid qualifying efforts. Ryan Newman and Carl Edwards, the young rookie, best start of the season for him. Kurt Busch and Matt Kenseth, 2 Roush Fenway teammates. Kurt Busch won last week. Matt Kenseth is solidly in the championship hunt. 2 young drivers. We have Jeff Green and Brian Vickers, good starts for them. And then we have 2 championship contenders, Jeff Gordon and Kevin Harvick, looking for solid outings. There's the man himself, the points leader, Tony Stewart, and Kyle Busch in the good old Kellogg's car, looking to build some consistency. Dale Jarrett is hoping to drive the UPS truck to victory lane. Dale Jr. looking for a solid race today. Bill Elliott and Ricky Rudd, 2 veteran drivers, as well as Sterling Marlin and Michael Waltrip, looking to get back in a groove and win today at the Lowe's Motor Speedway. Greg Biffle and Mike Skinner, as Biffle been a little bit rocky start, hoping to change that today. Elliott Sadler, 2 top 10s in a row for him, and Dave Blaney. We have 2 drivers making their first starts today. Randy Lajoie in the Dollar General car and Chad Little in the John Deere car. Jeff Burton looking to have another great race today. Martin Truex Jr. looking for some good luck. We have a young driver in Bobby Hamilton Jr. and Ken Schrader alongside Terry Labonte and Kenny Wallace, a pair of old school veterans, round out this row. And then we have Kyle Petty looking for some good luck, and Joe Nemechek in the Army car looking to recruit a good finish. These drivers had some issues in qualifying. Casey Kane and Bobby Labonte, as well as Rusty Wallace, another championship contender, and Casey Mears, once again more tough luck for him, hoping to get to the front. And now it's time for your KFC Chicken Capital USA honorary starter, and the Lowe's Motor Speedway honorary starter is Kieran Quinlan. As the cars roll by turn 4, it's time to send them on a 10-lap journey as the flagman is waving the green flag, and we are underway at the Lowe's Motor Speedway. Trouble, Ryan Newman gets in, Jeremy Mayfield, and tons of contenders collected. Oh my goodness, not even through lap 1. And in turn 2, chaos happens. Oh, Carl Edwards, his best start to the season. Hard hit for him. Oh boy, Matt Kenseth, Kurt Busch, some title contenders. Ryan Newman and Brian Vickers. Let's watch this again. You can see as they're heading down, oh, Newman, like I said, gets into Mayfield and just triggers this big accident. Wow. I mean, tough luck for all these drivers. And look at Jeff Green. He made a daring move. He barely got clipped, but, I mean, it could be worse for him. Carl Edwards, yeah, best start to the season, and he is behind the wall. and is as an innocent bystander. Jeremy Mayfield, he got turned by Ryan Newman. Matt Kenseth, oh boy, this is going to hurt him in the title hunt. This will probably plummet him in the standings. Ryan Newman, as he was really not anywhere near championship contention, this is going to hurt him even more. And Kurt Busch, last week's winner, oh boy, this is going to set him back a lot. And Brian Vickers, the young rookie, was just hoping for a good run today. And all those drivers are in the garage, not even through lap 1. This is the second lap 1 crash of the season. And Jeff Green's on pit road getting repairs. He will go a lap down. But, I mean, it's better than crashing out, certainly. So now it's time to restart. Lap 3 out of 10, single file again. We are racing again here at the Lowe's Motor Speedway. Jimmie Johnson takes the lead. Jeff Gordon makes a daring move past Scott Riggs, and he maneuvers by Jeff Green as he's up in the third spot. Mark Martin lurking behind in second. Tony Stewart 3 wide with Kevin Harvick as Tony Stewart, the championship leader, knows he has to be aggressive, but at the same time he needs to stay conservative if he wants to win this championship. Lap 4 out of 10, and Lajoie makes a move, and they're crashing here on the front straightaway. A ton of cars in a chaotic wreck. And wow, Randy Lajoie in his first start makes contact with, I believe, Elliott Sadler and creates this 5-6 car pileup. Let's watch this again. Yeah, Lajoie makes a 3 wide, nudges into Elliott Sadler. Dave Blaney spins, and Lajoie couldn't save it. Goes back up the track, collects Martin Truex Jr., Ken Schrader, Bobby Hamilton, and you can see Terry Labonte got some damage as well as Kenny Wallace. So Randy Lajoie, first start, and he certainly didn't make any friends in this one. Dollar General, big presence in today's race. Martin Truex Jr., the Taco Bell car, more tough luck for him in his rookie campaign. Ken Schrader, the old veteran, he had an iffy day. Bobby Hamilton Jr., more tough luck for this kid, as Tide is probably going to be pulling out of that team with their poor performance. And Kenny Wallace, the Domino's pizza car, goes behind the wall as the garage is starting to fill up already. This is an absolute wreckfest. But the Aaron's lucky dog is going to go to Jeff Green. So there's some good news out of this. But meanwhile, for other drivers, Dave Blaney, he spun out. He's going to get 4 fresh tires. He will go a lap down. Terry Labonte had some nose damage. They're going to get that repaired. He will go 1 lap down. Elliott Sadler as well. He had some contact. They decided to fix that as he will also go a lap down. And they'll be fighting for their lives. So now it's time to restart. Lap 6 out of 10. Jimmie Johnson continues to lead as he gets a great restart and he gets the jump. Mark Martin, though, is trying to capitalize as he's on that outside, trying to track him down. Dale Jr. trying to make some moves in the back, as well as Greg Biffle. They are flying by, and you can see Bobby Labonte, Rusty Wallace, Casey Kane trying to make some progress through the back. Jimmie Johnson leading at the Lowe's Motor Speedway. How fitting does that sound? Lap 7 out of 10. They are, whoa, Scott Riggs and Kyle Busch made some contact as he got loose, and they are still 3 wide there in the back. But meanwhile, up front, it's very calm single file racing. But who's going to make the move, and who is going to try to challenge Jimmie Johnson? And we have a crash, Burton and Mike Skinner. Wow. A very unchaotic crash for Jeff Burton as both him and Mike Skinner in the wall. And Jeff Burton was somewhat in the points battle, and this is going to hurt him. Let's watch this. Kane gets into him. He's trying to make his way up towards the front after a horrible starting spot, and he collects Mike Skinner. So the two of them are in the wall in this absolute wreckfest here at Lowe's Motor Speedway. And Jeff Burton, as everyone was talking about how he was going to be big and rich today, but it was more like a riches to rags story for Jeff Burton here at the Lowe's Motor Speedway today. And Mike Skinner, as this isn't the picture he wanted today. More cars in the garage. It's really starting to fill up. We better hope there aren't any more crashes. And now it's time for a green-white checker finish here at the Lowe's Motor Speedway. Can Jimmie Johnson eat into Tony Stewart's point lead? Jimmie Johnson clears Terry Labonte the lap car, and he's trying to set sail away from Mark Martin. Tony Stewart trying to clear the lap car, Terry Labonte as well, and try to settle himself solidly in 4th place. Meanwhile, Earnhardt Jr., Elliott Sadler, Kevin Harvick are 3 wide towards the back. That could be dangerous for them. 1 lap to go for Jimmie Johnson at the Lowe's Motor Speedway as they're battling towards the back of the pack. Jimmie Johnson is just 3 corners away from winning at the Lowe's Motor Speedway. And gaining some ground here in the championship. Dale Earnhardt Jr. looks on Tony Stewart, and he gets into him. Tony Stewart, the championship contender, the points leader, spins, but Jimmie Johnson at the Lowe Motor Speedway, he wins for Hendrick Motorsports and Chevrolet and Lowe's, but Tony Stewart is in the wall. He will not finish this race. And what a horrible scenario for Tony Stewart as his points lead is about to shrink drastically. Let's watch this restart again. Jimmie Johnson gets the good restart and pulls ahead of Mark Martin, and Dale Jr. just gets a little bit loose. Tony Stewart hits the wall hard and goes around. Yeah, look at this. Basically, that's all it is. I mean, Tony Stewart is not going to be very happy with Dale Jr., but Jimmie Johnson, though, might be happy with Dale Jr. as he is really going to close in, and he's going to do his burnout here in front of this sellout crowd. How fitting, the Lowe's car wins at the Lowe's track. So congrats to the number 48 of DSM CHRIS for winning the 7th race of this season. So here's your race results. Here are your top 10. Jimmie Johnson, Mark Martin, Jeff Gordon, Dale Earnhardt Jr. I mean, the fans are still going to love him, but that was an interesting move. Kevin Harvick in 5th, good run for him. Kyle Busch, Dale Jarrett a solid 7th. Then Ricky Rudd back there. And you can see the rest of them. And then we have Bill Elliott as he gets a solid 11th place finish. Good run for that team. Greg Biffle in 12th. Rusty Wallace moves up to 13th. You can see also Casey Kane. Brook Valley battled back for 14th. Tony Stewart back there, 23rd, crushing for him. And a lot of these drivers were involved in crashes. You could see Jeff Burton, some of those other guys. And rounding it out, you can see a lot of big contenders. Carl Edwards, Jeremy Mayfield, Matt Kenseth, Ryan Newman, Kurt Busch, and Brian Vickers, all taken out in that early wreck. And here are your point standings after 7 out of 10 races. New points leader, Jimmie Johnson, is the new sheriff in town as he has a 5-point lead over Tony Stewart. Some good Lowe's versus Home Depot. Jeff Gordon, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Kevin Harvick, Matt Kenseth kind of lurking. Then you got Jeff Burton, Kurt Busch, as well as Rusty Wallace and Greg Biffle. If they have a hot streak and if they can somehow get past all these guys, anyone in this top 10 is possible. And here's your second page here. A lot of these drivers are, I mean, they're mathematically still alive, but they need a lot to go right from. Even like Bobby Labonte, Sterling Marlin, Elliott Sadler, they're all within 300 points, but they're going to need a lot to happen in these next 3 races. So race 8, we go to some more short track racing. The Martinsville Speedway, and that one's always provided great racing, and we're going to have another great race. But anyways, today belongs to Jimmie Johnson. Man, perfect day for Lowe's. Their driver wins. They're sponsoring the track. And Tony Stewart, the Home Depot car crashes. I mean, a lot of the Lowe's employees are going to have a lot to talk about on Monday with this amazing finish as Jimmie Johnson wins here. And man, this championship has certainly gotten a lot more chaotic, and this is going to be a good fight to the finish. 3 more races, and it's going to be fun to watch.